Hey guys, it's been a bit since my last recording and stream, but as promised, I'm back. But this time I'm back with more Heihachi content. Specifically, 3 underrated moves that you and I should be using a lot more in your games. As always, timestamps are in the description below. Skip to whichever part interests you. So, the first move we're going to be talking about, forward, forward 3. This is a Mishima staple. Pretty much every single Mishima has this, besides Devil Jin, of course. The reason why I say this is an underrated move, specifically on Heihachi, is because of the existence of forward, forward 2. This is the alternative, okay? This is the safer alternative to forward, forward 2. It leaves the opponent in crouch when blocking. -3 on block, so it's also safe. Only does 1 less damage on hit. It does 21 damage. And forward, forward 2 does 22. And it has a bit, by a bit, I mean since it's slower by a singular frame, it has a little bit more tracking to each side because the game gives it time to track an opponent's sidestep more than the forward forward 2, which gives you more opportunity to counter hit them if they don't sidestep block. Situations where you would want to use this move over forward forward 2, because forward forward 2 does have an inherent like high crush to like certain moves like some jabs and other highs. Specifically, you want to use forward forward 3 near the wall. Reason being, it's 100% safer than forward forward 2. Like if I were to do a forward forward 2 at this wall, I get 0 pushback. I'm -16 in Kazuya's face right now. I'm going to get launched. So we use the alternative. Forward, forward 3. Since it's only -3, you can step, you can block, you can even mash, and you would still be pretty good. This move gives a lot more good Oki than this move at the wall. They both launch. And then they both serve the same purpose. It's just forward forward 2 is more for mid screen and a little bit more risky / evasive, just a tiny bit more evasive. And then forward forward 3 is the safer, slightly less damaging alternative. During Warrior's Instinct, this is heavily amplified. Heavily amplified. So if we activate Warrior's Instinct, forward forward 2 gets more range, but is still unsafe on block. It gets a little bit more pushback as well in the mid screen, but at the wall, still 0 pushback. Now with forward forward 3, this becomes +1. Okay? That means you can jab check them, you can down forward 1 as well. You could do anything to, if they do a big move and not realizing that you're in Warrior's Instinct, you're not -3 anymore, you're +1. If they do a big move, you're going to instantly counter hit them. But also, it deals more damage. It's 2 more damage than an electric. While forward forward 2 only does 22 damage. Everybody was complaining about forward forward 2. But forward forward 3 is +1. It does more damage. And it still leaves them in crouch. That's just Warrior's Instinct though. But yeah, like this move, forward forward 3 becomes just a god button. But that's the first underrated move, forward forward 3. Alright, second move. Up forward 2-1. I've talked about this move kind of extensively in previous videos, but I'm going to go over it again because This is one of the more underrated moves in Heihachi's arsenal. It is a hit confirmable heat engager that is a range 2.5. So if I backdash, back up a bit, that's like range 3 right there. This is range 2.5 right here. Just barely out of range 2. I still hit him. Safe on block for the first hit. So this is safe on block, -9 on block. -11 on the second hit on block. This move is like god tier because of the hit confirm window. You don't have to commit to the second hit. You can just do that. And it's a mid string. And then when you're in heat, it also gives you a full combo. I messed up there, but it gives you a full combo out of a heat dash. And in like if you're doing it as like a combo ender, gives a guaranteed grounded hit like that. Its use cases are very, very similar to 112. You can go have a full family, kids, grandkids, come back and still be able to hit confirm this move. It's that long. Do I need to say any more? I don't think I do. So let's move on to the next move. While Standing 2 is our third move that we're going to be talking about. A lot of Heihachis do use this move. It is like a kind of cheese move almost, but it is very, very useful in some of the circumstances that I'm about to bring up right now. This is one of Heihachi's most evasive moves. On counter hit, it is +14. So it gets a guaranteed back 1-4. It leaves your opponent in crouch, so you cannot electric, unfortunately. But out in the neutral, like out in the, just right here, you get like almost 50 damage guaranteed with Oki. And near the wall, you get like a free wall splat. Like that. You can even convert it into a combo if you got the right angle. But yeah, this is like insane tier of like evasiveness, because this can avoid like tons of moves while also being +14 on counter hit, safe on block, +8 on hit. So that's like, if you land this on hit, back 4, forward 3, I don't know, maybe like forward 3, an electric definitely. Anything that launches, you're good to go. This move is really useful. And it's a mid too. Places where you can use this move effectively, if you want to be safe, you can use down back 2 and then use it like that. You can, but you can get counter hit out of it, so I'd be careful. But the evasiveness does help. Like you're only 2 frames of counter hit, so they can only jab check you. And even if they did try to hop kick you, they would get counter hit out of it, and you already know how the game goes. So this is like meant for a counter hit tool, and that's strictly it. But it is very underrated for the fact that you can get a lot of damage from this move and a lot of utility from it as well, because it is evasive. It gives a 14 frame guaranteed move on counter hits. It is safe on block. It's +8 on hit. Plenty of like, this is like Hell Sweep Oki right here on hit. So take it as you will. Anyways, if you've enjoyed the video, please like, share, subscribe possibly. If you got any questions, I'll be happy to respond to them in the comments below. Or if you just got anything, like any texts or anything about these moves, yeah, throw it in the comments. A lot of Heihachi mains love watching, especially newer Heihachi mains. So be sure to help the newer players. That's why I make these videos. But anyways, I respond to all my comments. More content is obviously coming in the near distant future. Thank you for watching. Peace.